Welcome to I Am Your Target Demographic. If you're a follower of the channel, we have quite a few videos covering various religions and what those folks tend to believe. Today we're doing something different, and we're covering a topic that extends across a few of the world's most popular religions. We're covering what's called the Apocrypha. If you've never heard that phrase or don't quite know what that means, buckle up because you're in for a ride. Also, a fair warning that this is all very superficial. This is an introduction to what the phrase means and a big overview of how it's used. Look at the length of the video. We're not diving in real deep. Throughout time, the Bible has undergone its fair share of translation and revision. When the books are translated into a new version, there were often also moments of critique and revision, meaning scholars and holy leaders were looking at the text and deciding whether something is truly canon or not. The term canon and apocrypha are tied. Canon you might have heard. Canon means it's accepted as the truth, as legitimate, as undeniable. But at certain points, people decided that bits of the biblical text were not canon. It might be entire books, it could be sentences from books that still exist. Something caused doubt or evidence seemed contradictory, so when something is removed from the biblical canon, it becomes apocrypha. Also used as an adjective as apocryphal. Before we dive into the examples, I also want to clarify that different churches believe different things to be canon or apocryphal. The Catholic Church might see a book as canon, that most Protestant churches do not, for example. Some churches include apocryphal texts to be used as lessons and teachable stories, but they're not used as canonical scripture. There is going to be a wide spectrum of what is considered apocryphal to who. Some Bibles still include these in their main biblical scripts. Some include an apocrypha section just for them, while some omit these entries altogether. To get specific, let's discuss why some things became apocryphal to some groups. There are some books that contradicted the messages of either the Old or New Testament in ways that are irreconcilable. For example, a book called Tobit is apocrypha to Protestant and likely many other churches, because there's a section that affirms that doing good work and giving to charity can equal the forgiveness of sins. The Book of Tobit also has a section in which an angel gives instructions for a ritual that is likened to magic, with instructions to sacrifice a fish and place it in a fire, driving away demons. Some books were removed for factual errors, such as a different take on a historical story or saying something flat out incorrect, like naming someone as king when they in fact weren't at that time, or giving a different date range or a location from something else that is considered canon. Some books are just removed because they can't be verified. They may not be contradictory, but they can't be claimed as canon. In additional acts of Paul, he baptizes a lion who speaks to him in a human language. We have an entire version of the story of Adam and Eve, telling of their lives up until death. The hero Daniel kills a dragon, though it could be believed that it's a lizard or a snake. These stories are not referenced anywhere else in Scripture. You'll notice in the New Testament that they quite often cite stories and events. These ones featured in the Apocrypha aren't connected whatsoever, and so it's hard to claim that they're undoubtedly canon. Now, what I can't answer, because I'm not a biblical scholar, is why some churches would still use these. Some of these books and sections and letters are still included in Bibles for some religions, either outright weaved into the Old Testament typically, or as a third section on their own. But it gets incredibly messy with the variations of denominations and who believes which bits and who decided at what time to remove them. This video is really only meant to help you understand what the term Apocrypha means, and open up this world to you, if you really wanted to dive into those sections and start seeing for yourself. Does your church include apocryphal books still in their Bibles? Do you have examples of stories you've heard from the Apocrypha that you found interesting or useful as a life lesson? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching.